Welcome to Not a Roofers podcast, where we discuss roofing.
Without all the jargon. I'm Breianna.
And I'm Charity.
And this is today's episode. Welcome back to Not a Roofers podcast. Today we are starting a 4-part mini-series on the different types of roofing systems. So in total, we'll be talking about asphalt, metal, PVC, and TPO in the same episode, and then EPDM. So you can look forward to those 4 different parts. And today's part, the first part, is all about asphalt roofing. So, Charity, when I say asphalt roofing, what do you think of?
The most common roofing type that you would find on residential homes.
Yeah, I just think of houses. That's all I think of. Like, oh hey, look, there's asphalt. Actually, when I hear
commercial roofing that has asphalt, it is not very common. But if you think of like strip malls, some strip malls have that have I'm trying to think of a grocery store. Festival, they have their little domed opening. They have asphalt shingles on that.
Got it. Yeah. Actually, I lied. The first thing I think about is tar and blacktop and asphalt.
So with asphalt shingles on residential homes, it's actually one of the few types of roofing products that can be, I'm not saying it should be, but it can be a do-it-yourself project because they're pretty inexpensive and you can buy them basically at any hardware store. It's not a specialty product, unlike some of the other products that we will be talking about in future episodes.
So, as a disclaimer for everybody, I have an English brain, and so that's how I like to think. I like to break things down, know their definition, their meaning. Let's break down all the words. So that's what I'm going to do. Nerd out with me for a second, if you will. So according to Wikipedia, I do not say that Wikipedia is a good source, but I thought it was a good place to start. So according to Wikipedia, asphalt is a type of roof that uses an asphalt, hence where it gets its name, to waterproof, and it is the most widely used roof system in the USA, as it is the cheapest and easiest to install. But I went farther than that. So the actual definition of asphalt, it is a noun, and it is a dark bituminous, I think that's how you say it, substance that is found in natural beds and is also obtained as a residue in petroleum refining and consists chiefly of hydrocarbons. And I went farther because, again, I'm a nerd. So bituminous, broken down, is a black viscous mixture of hydrocarbons obtained naturally. So that is what asphalt is.
Okay.
I did write down, I do have here, asphalt shingles are made up of a base mat of organic material, so like cellulose fibers, or inorganic materials like fiberglass, which gets made into a mat and then covered with asphalt. And then the asphalt is covered in ceramic coated granules. So that is the makeup of the shingles itself.
You're such a nerd.
I am. I know. It can't happen. So how about we get into some pros and cons? I like a good pros and cons list. Do you want to take pros? Do you want to take cons? Do we want to list all of them?
We'll list them as they come.
Okay. How about you start?
Well, as I had said earlier, asphalt shingles are one of the most inexpensive roofing types, making them also fairly inexpensive to replace as well. You don't have to replace the whole roof. You can just replace one or two shingles that need to be replaced.
Yeah, I have on my pros list that there is less maintenance involved, as you'll hear in the next upcoming episodes on the other roofing materials. Maintenance is involved in a lot of those, but with with asphalt, there's less maintenance because of what Charity just said. You know, if one of them or two of them are having problems, it's pretty easy to fix on your own. I have on here, we'll go do a con. We just did a pro, let's do a con. That they are not the most energy efficient. Again, you'll continue listening, you'll hear about the energy efficiency of other materials, but for asphalt, there's not the most energy efficient because, you know, when you put them on, there's gaps between shingles, and if they're not put on properly, that can cause holes, and there are just a lot of things that can go wrong that lead to less energy efficiency compared to other materials.
Well, I guess on the kind of the same topic as that, um, a very important con of asphalt shingles is that they have to be installed in warmer temperatures. You cannot install them during, well, actually, I'm not going to say you can't install them in the winter, but um, shingles break pretty easily when they're cold because they're not as pliable. And so lower temps or below freezing, like you're going to damage your shingles and it's going to cost you more to replace them. So a con is that you can only replace them in the summer or do install them in the summer. Or of course, warmer area states.
Yeah, yeah. You're not gonna be able to put shingles on very well in the middle of winter in Wisconsin.
No.
um, yeah. So, but yeah, like besides that, yeah, don't put them on in cold. But pro for shingle roofing is that shingles are not too heavy and they're not too light. They're kind of in that like medium ground. In upcoming episodes, we'll get into like metal. Well, metal it can be light. Big sheets of metal are heavier. Um, Plastic is pretty heavy depending on how much you have. Shingles are kind of in that medium, like, it's okay. Not gonna put too much strain on the foundation of your house. Do you have anything else?
Well, a pro of asphalt shingles is that they can fit any style, any color. Um, I mean, most of the time when people think that they want something pretty, like your mind typically goes to asphalt shingles because there's such a range. Like even the way that like they're designed, you could get circles or squares or I don't know, even do they make them in triangle shaped shingles?
I don't know if it's triangles, but yeah, I've definitely seen different shapes and cool
Oh, yep, they do.
designs.
They
Oh,
make
they do.
diamonds as well. Diamonds,
Oh,
squares, hexagons. Oh yeah.
all the colors, all the shapes, all the designs. It's an art project for your roof.
Yeah, and it's pretty. It is very
Yeah.
aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, no, that's super awesome. One of the things on it's on the cons list, but one of the things to be aware of when it comes to asphalt shingles is that they can easily take on wind damage. So if you get a good windstorm coming in, or even during a thunderstorm, or I know Charity, you're near Tornado Alley, anything like that.
Oh, there is
Like,
so much shingle damage down here, and people don't fix them. They just, oh, a little bit of wind damage. Maintenance! Maintenance people! Wind damage will create leaks, even on asphalt shingles. Get your roofs looked at.
yeah. So, let's see. I only have one more thing. It's on the pros list, and it's just asphalt shingles can last on a roof for 20 to 30 years with maintenance. I don't think we need to reiterate that maintenance thing that Charity just went through. Like, you need to take care of everything. Um, your roof is no different. So, yeah, that is what I have. You have anything else, Charity?
Just that they don't last super long. Some of our other roofing options that we will be talking about can last up to 70 years, and shingles just they don't last that long. They're pretty, but you got to replace them sooner than some of these other options we got.
Yes. With a disclaimer, we'll get into this in our upcoming episodes, but asphalt shingles are, like we said at the beginning, mostly used in residential. So for your house, like, asphalt is a good option. We're not going to say it's not, because I'm thinking, I know the 70 years is for metal. We'll get into that in a couple episodes. And sometimes you just don't want metal on your house. So no hatred towards asphalt shingles. It just is what it is. They don't last as long as others, but again, they are pretty cheap. So when it comes to replacing and fixing and whatever, you're not going to be out a ton of money. So anyway, well, I am hoping that we can start coming up with our own definitions for each type of roofing. So what is our definition, Charity, if we had to come up with one for asphalt?
A cheap roofing option for residential homes.
A cheap, lightweight, medium lasting roofing option that offers people the option to have colorful, artistic roofs.
What's your English major over there?
Yep, it is. It is part of my brain. So that concludes today's episode. Please join us for our next upcoming episodes as part of our mini series. That brings us to the end of today's episode. If you've been loving what you're hearing, make sure to press the subscribe button so you get notified anytime we post a new episode. Episodes come out on Monday and Fridays. Please feel free to share this podcast with a friend. We'd love everybody to be able to join us and learn more about the roofing industry as we go along on this journey. If you don't already, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. I will put all of our information down in the show notes below. Feel free to contact us with any questions or any roofing ideas that you would love for us to talk about. I hope you have a great day, and we will see you next time.